Hello everyone, I'm Nivaj and welcome to episode 2 of The Town of Light. So this is where we ended our last episode, which was episode 1, which Rini woke up from her dreams and we are inside this ward, I believe. I think so, it's a ward. And
The door's locked from the outside. Here, the doors can only be locked and unlocked from the outside.
what? Uh then how did I get in? What the hell was that? Hello? I heard the footsteps were like running towards this way. I think I'll check this place out first. What? Charlotte? Is that you? Was that really Charlotte who unlocked the door? Oh, I can move. I'm not sure where am I, but what? This kind of visions make me sick. Seriously. Charlotte?
He laughed, panted, lurched over me. It hurt when he touched me. I thought I'd split apart suddenly with a loud thud, shattered into pieces. I felt fragile, sick, dirty, filthy. All I could do was clutch Charlotte tightly while Renee obeyed. He was the boss in the realm of light. I was devoured by the evil I had done. I threw up and could feel hell getting closer and closer. My God, those medical examinations. The doctors said there was something inside me, which they would have dragged out of me. My God.
So Renee was raped by the boss of this place and she got pregnant. Oops. Oh, I can't go there. Oh, I can. Nothing here. Should I be looking for Charlotte again, or not sure what I need to be doing? Charlotte was here, then the guy took her, and so I think we need to search for Charlotte. Not sure. Some of the lockers are locked. Oops. Locked. Locked. Those are locked. Dear director, I've been working in this institute for 5 years now. I'm a simple person, I'm not educated, and I feel embarrassed about writing to you. I always try to look on the bright side, but sometimes we have to do difficult things. That's our duty, and well, I understand and accept it. There is no alternative. However, I have decided to write to you because something is happening which is not acceptable. I am well aware that among us there is someone who dedicates too much attention to the younger female patients that are confused. The serious nature of this fact has spurred me on to write to you. I am certain of your indignation and of the measures you will adopt to solve the problem. Please accept my fondest regards and respect. I'm not sure. Letter from not sure who. So there's been someone dedicating too much attention to the younger female patients. Hello. Was this the place we were in just earlier? Nothing here. No. Yeah. We were here earlier. Just a while.
She stayed with Renee during those terrible medical examinations. That's what gave her the strength to survive.
Who? We have been here in episode 1.
They went to the gynecology ward on the first floor.
First floor, gynecology ward. Radiology. Number 4. Am I right? Hello?
21/08/1938. Confidential. Dear A, I know what you think about these things, so I am referring a patient to you, Renee T. This wretched girl eluded our control and caused trouble in the park almost 3 months ago. The nurses should pay more attention. I'm examining the girl on the 28th. I'll sort things out, don't worry. We don't want to make things any worse. Then they said that Renee was crazy and that the illness was all in her head. Be careful, little girl, be careful. I was scared and I didn't talk to anyone about the illness, only her. Not even the other doctor. He never touched Renee. He just wrote things down. You can tell me everything, don't be afraid, he said. Everything's going to be fine. Do you want to know what I'm writing? I write down what I see about you. Everything I see. He didn't hate Renee. He tried to help her. But he rarely examined her in those small surgeries.
Charlotte! Okay. Okay, I'm not sure how she's still here. Still locked.
The doctor who wrote things down was in surgery C.
Wait, these doors were closed. What? I remember like these doors were closed, they were locked. So
June 1935. After much theorizing and practice in clinics for the privileged, the moment to act has finally arrived. Volterra is the right place. It's an avant-garde hospital, the perfect place for a doctor who wants to contribute the change. 20th November. Crossing the threshold of the asylum was similar to entering into another dimension. A world of smells, noises, and image which it is not easy to imagine, describe, or explain. August 1936. The situation is similar to that in many other institutions. The department is overcrowded. Hundreds of patients are supervised by a handful of nurses, who are forced to tie the more agitated ones to their beds or to radiators. They do 24-hour shifts. It's impossible to work like this. We doctors rarely see the female patients. It's the nurses who tell us what's happening to the women. 1937. The piercing stench in the wards, the constant noise of shouts and voices in which very little human content remains. Dirty, naked bodies, devoid of any dignity. The lunatic asylum bores into you. It wears you down. I often consider resigning. I feel useless and impotent, a sort of merciful jailer. A mercy which helps no one and only helps to soothe my conscience. 15th March 1938. Dramas are played out before my eyes every single day, and I try to keep my distance and I just do what I can. Some days ago, however, a girl arrived. I couldn't avoid her gaze. All she asked in her silent dignity was not to be ripped away from her world. And me? I'm old enough to be her father, the father she never had, who didn't want her, who rejected her without even knowing her. I, too, refused what she asked me. I couldn't do anything but add my signature and send her to hell. Dangerous for herself and others, and a cause of public scandal. This was what was written on the accompanying note from police headquarters. Difficult not to agree. How much more violence must this poor girl be subjected to? Her gaze is so intense, so far removed from the carefree nature which should make her happy at her age. I cried in my bed, in my solitude, thinking about those sad and frightened eyes staring at me.
I believe this is what Renee's story is. I think the diary is referring to Renee. Document of admission of with personal details. Dot A. Fucking background music. Sound. Music, sound. Not sure. What is this? Oh god, not another book of this. No thanks.
12th March 1938. Renee T., 16 years old, Menarche at the age of 12, housewife, father unknown, mother a seamstress. Admitted for observation yesterday morning from Pontedera, accompanied by a police officer authorized by the examining magistrate of the Court of Pisa to be admitted for psychiatric evaluation, which has been executed by me. Medical certificate. Mental illness preceded by warning signs. Has suffered from depression for a year, believing she has tuberculosis. Food deprivation. We shouldn't read this document. It's forbidden. We mustn't. If they find out, there'll be trouble.
Who finds... If it talks about Rennie, it talks about you, so we have to read it. Don't be scared, nothing will happen to you. That's true, we shall not read it. Talks about you, so we have to read it. I'll go with this.
Have you ever wondered who you are? Yes, you must have wondered.
Have you ever wondered who you are? Relative, maybe your child, I don't know.
Will you help me to understand? To escape this dazzling light inside me that stops me from seeing?
Of course, we'll turn off all the lights together. How can I help you if you don't want to be helped? I'll go with A.
She is scared, hears noises and spirits, presents serious signs of anxiety psychosis, suffers from hallucinations. She is anxious, confused, has a distressed expression, a questioning look as if terrified, disoriented. She feels confused, hears voices shouting in her head. She doesn't understand properly. She has not felt well for 2 or 3 months. When questioned, she replies, "My mother wants to hurt me. She always scares me. She chases me. Why are you here?" I had argued with my mother, and I was so disturbed by the shock that I felt like my head was spinning. There was a woman there who wanted to force me into a life of prostitution. They wanted to condemn me to be burned at the stake. Children were whispering, calling my name. 16th March. She couldn't sleep last night. They wanted to condemn her to be burned at the stake. 4th April. Transferred to the quiet ward, still under my supervision. Yes, that's true. The ward where Amara was. Yes, the stake. The children wanted to burn Renee. She had to pay for what she'd done. Like witches at the stake.
Was this what frightened you? They were just hallucination. What have you done to deserve to be punished? Wait,
So many things frightened me. The system I lived in was all built on fear and light. There was no mercy or understanding in the town of light.
I seriously don't know which one to choose. It must have been truly horrific. They were hallucinations, not reality. Okay.
I don't know what was reality. I never did. I've known many different realities. Maybe too many. As soon as you move, everything changes its appearance and meaning.
Ew. You must understand what your reality was. You were ill and they tried to make you better.
I've no reference points. I'll just have to keep on looking. 21st April. She is more awake this morning and responds to questions. She complains of headaches. She became emotional when she found out that her mother was there. She says that one day, years earlier, when she was with a friend of hers, she met a guy who made her get into a car and took her for a ride. There, she was made to smoke cigarettes and drink spirits, and that guy showed her certain things. He tried to hurt her and made her go crazy. She says that he promised to marry her and made her swear to keep it a secret. These details were roughly confirmed by her mother. After that, she became domineering, impatient, and hostile to her family, especially her mother. She started taking off her clothes in public, going from laughter to tears without warning. She rants, masturbates. It's not true. Renee hostile? It's all made up. They wanted to make her into something she wasn't. That way, certain things would have been forgotten. Renee was the bad one. Maybe I'm starting to understand. That's enough of reading lies. Let's look for Amara.
So who is Amara? So now we have to look for Amara. Amara. Okay. Amara? No, not in there. Locked.
The park at the back and then down towards the kitchens.
The park. I believe it's on the ground floor. 14. Am I right? Left. Wait, that's on my right. Wait, no. Oh, on my right, sorry. Mixed up.
This is the road we used to take. If she hadn't been there, in the park on that bench in spring for all those days, it was like escaping nature. She talked and smiled. And then there were the kitchens. Sometimes we stole something to eat and went straight back to the bench to eat it in secret, and we laughed. She did things to me. Sometimes she touched me. In the showers, I felt her body against mine for the first time.
What?
It was a shiver that warmed my soul. Eyes closed, the light slipped away.
What? Who is this Amara?
She wasn't in the system. He wouldn't let her in. That's it, she must be the key to my memories, to the reasons why. creature helped me to forget, to get out of system. Let's look for Amara in the kitchens in the basement of the building, behind the greenhouse.
Behind the greenhouse.
The scent of spring. The land of light was far away, and we spent the days chatting, seated on the stone benches.
Okay. I believe this is the greenhouse. Was the greenhouse before? Okay. Nothing in here. What?
Come on, let's search everywhere. She must be here, without a doubt.
It's locked. What the hell? What? What is this? Okay, alright. Amara? 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 No, not in there. Amara? No. Hello? Well, looks like we'll be searching for Amara in the next episode. I'll be ending my episode here, episode 2, so...
Keep looking. We mustn't give up.
Yeah, we'll look for her in the next episode. La 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 la. Okay, so if you like the video, please hit subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye. Lock. Can't go in there.